Hi. So a lot of times we're talking about awareness. Awareness when we're being triggered, when we're being played, where they're third parties, where we call them NPCs or aliens or entities or some other people. There's always something happening in our life, one way or the other, where, things people say and do or don't say and don't do trigger us. Sometimes we don't like looking at, like, hey, I was talking to you and all of a sudden you cut me off and I didn't want you to do this. I didn't want you to forget our anniversary, or like, why did you like drive so fast? Like various conversations and things that can happen in life that will end up being a trigger. But talking to a friend today, Kimberly McGeorge, she's amazing. I was like mentioning like how there are also the good triggers, but we don't look at it. Or like there are ways how those third parties, the people that mess with us and try to affect our lives one way or the other, some of them will realize that we're playing the game and they're losing in a way where they try to mess with you. They will find ways to aggravate the hell out of you so that you will react, feel bad, wrong, and guilty at, losing car keys or like forgetting to pay for your bills or something else. And, like things happen in life and you react, and those things, like, you just don't feel good about life. So when you start learning how to control yourself and the way you react to things, when you take responsibility, and the old triggers, the old ways that used to mess with you are no longer working, they have to find something else. And usually we think like, okay, well, what else are they going to do that's bad? But it's not necessarily that. Sometimes there are things they do that we consider, hey, it's good, it's great, our life is exciting. And by that, I mean, some of you are working on, let's say, self-betterment, or, like just getting somewhere in life. You have this project, you have some interests, and you're just trying to achieve your own little goals in life, or big, like, doesn't matter. But in it all, these groups that are messing with us, that see that the old bad things are no longer working, they'll find ways to control us and mess with us by adding good things in our life. A sin, you just have this new hobby, this new, oh my God, I'm so into this. And your new interest, your new thing that you're working on for so long might be a distraction. Even though you're enjoying it, it's like consuming all your time, and no longer you can do all the other things you were doing. And maybe it feels good, and maybe it's not that thing. But there are times where these groups will, let's say, even get people into your life. And it's like they're kind, they're generous, they just want to talk to you and you have a conversation. But is the conversation you're having actually good? Is it actually serving you? Or is it in a way like, yeah, it was positive, it was nice, but all of a sudden you lost this amount of time while you wanted to do stuff and get better. So even though there are good things in life that we get or we consider good, like, oh, wow, I have interest, I have this new thing I'm doing, I found someone to talk to and they're great and they're understanding, a lot of those things are also brought into our lives where eventually, like, they're playing slowly. Some groups like to play it slowly, be patient, give you things, and then take it away, so that the loss would be a huge trigger. The loss is like, oh my God, not again. You had that high, you're climbing that hill of your success and the goals in life and everything else. You were feeling great. You were feeling like you were achieving something in life or learning something. Or finally, you have a great relationship, someone that cares for you, and then it's a loss. Then they say and do stuff again. So, not to make it sound bad and aggravating, like, oh my God, as if the bad things weren't enough, now I have to look at the good things and they'll never be the same because what if? It's not that. It's just becoming aware of what's the most important thing to you while you're here on Earth. If you would not want to be here, you could have taken your life and ended it all. Or you could have learned to get out of body and get out, but you're still here. So you have reasons. And because you have reasons, you're doing things while you're here. So at least, be aware of yourself. Self-awareness is a huge thing. And just, do the best you can. Like, that's the best I can say, because a lot of times we can fight back. We can find ways to defend ourselves. We can find ways to target the beings that are messing with us. But eventually, it is all about you. How are you going to react to those triggers? How are you going to deal with all those situations in your life? How are you going to take charge for your own life? And if you realize those little things, like for me, I'm still learning the self-love. And one of the things is I have to stop pleasing people. I have to learn to say no to my parents or those that I care most about. I have to say like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that thing. No, I'm not going to do it for you, even though I'm your child, I'm your best friend, I'm like, you care about me. No, like learning to say no is a huge thing. For me, like, I got to do things for myself and I'm still learning that. And I find how I can get like, I had this project where I know that there are parties that would not like me to get that thing or experience that thing in life, like learning any skill that could be helpful to many of you, or like help, like doing something for myself that would change the way I feel and understand life and maybe give me a better past life recall and everything else. That can happen if I just put effort and I'm like, oh, well, might spend $20 on it or more, but it's into me. I'm investing in myself. Am I willing to do that? Oh, no, I got to save money because I was so programmed to be frugal and I can't spend money because blah, 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 blah. Tons of reasons why not. So I'm learning to take care of myself and sort of like put priorities first. It's always a journey. I feel like, hey, I achieved so much, and then I realize how much more I have to do. It's always like that. But hopefully, as you reflect on your life, you can find things that will help you. And, good or bad, you have to take care of yourself, put yourself first, find priorities, what's important to you, and work on those things. So that's it for today. And if you noticed any things in your life that are good, that works as a trigger, like you're engaged in, you're enjoying it, like even video games for me, like, oh my God, I love it. Escapism. I love those, like getting out of body and just getting in that world and experiencing that thing. Or let's say, I don't know, like anime. Oh my God, I got to translate and edit and then share it with others and stuff. And it's a thing. But is it really the thing? How much of it is needed for me or for others? And could I invest all the time I put into other things into something better that I care about? And not to say we even have to give ourselves, like, I have to learn this, to be consciously lazy. Just like today, I'm not going to do anything because I don't want to. Not because, oh, I don't feel like I'm sick and you have tons of reasons why you can be lazy. No, you can be lazy because you want to, and that is okay. You can go play games because you want to, and that is okay. Not because you're exhausted from work and you need something and it works as an excuse. I'm still working through those things myself, but it's easy to notice how even the things that we consider good in life can actually work as distractions. And we can either do things consciously and like, okay, I'm aware how this affects me and I'm doing it, or you're like, like I do this because I want to, or you see how it all is going to play out and how it can affect you. So that being said, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.